Hey guys, it's Travis Cronin, Entertainment Director at Us Weekly, and you are in the Kardashian Korner. The show where we recap all the ongoings of the Kardashian in real time because there is drama going on with them every week. No one knows this better than my co-hosts. We have Brandy Robidoux.
Hey guys.
And we have Nick Gonzalez. Hello.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing?
Oh, we're doing Kardashian well. I can do better with that pun for next time. But do you know who's not doing very well? Kim Kardashian. As if you know and know anything about Kim Kardashian, you know that she had one slip up, which she really hasn't had in about 10, 15 years, during her Variety interview where she told people, quote, get your ass to work, when she was asked for her advice on women in business. But now Kim is firing back at claims and says her comments were, quote, taken out of context by Variety. Kim sparked a firestorm of controversy earlier this month when she was quoting and telling the magazine that people just need to get their effing asses up and go to work because it seems that, quote, nobody wants to work these days. She was blasted by everyone as being tone deaf because of her privilege and her status in the world before she started any companies, which started her sort of press tour to say I'm sorry, and she was on Good Morning America talking to Robin Roberts, and she said her comments were taken out of context by Variety. She said that their chief correspondent suggested that she was famous for just being famous, and that made her change her, quote, entire tone and attitude. But now Variety is hitting back at Kim on Twitter, saying that she had a very direct question, and the question about her being famous for famous was actually posed after she offered up this advice to women in business. So what do you guys think about these claims? Is this Kim just trying to backtrack? Because there's two very different stories happening here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad she's finally speaking out about it because it really kind of has spiraled into a really big situation for her, and a lot of people are upset about the comments. I think that if in an interview someone's posing the famous for being famous question at all, maybe the whole tone overall was not what Kim was hoping for, and she was just kind of upset with where the interview was headed.
It makes me think about when people call Kanye a rapper and how much that pisses him off. Is like, I'm an artist. Like, I do rap, I can do this, I can do that. And it's like you're boxing people in. So I feel like that's almost Kim's version of a box, although it's kind of, there's a little truth to it. Because she's mostly, a personality, but she is way above that. She's like a huge business mogul now.
Yeah, her work is a little sort of less quantifiable than others. She didn't write all of these books. Now she has degrees and she's a lawyer, but she did work really hard by showing up everywhere, doing photo shoots, putting in the time to business. I mean, as to quote her own words, ask my bank account what I do. She has been given a lot of privilege, had a lot of things that people haven't had access to, but she's also done a lot more with that than everybody else. So I sort of get the quotes too. Well, on GMA, she said that she became more brittle and Bristol, which she said, which I've never really heard. After 20 years in the business of being famous for being famous, what advice would you give women? Variety said, of course, that's not how it went down. But in GMA, Robin Roberts asked her again to clarify her statement. And she says, the advice that I would give is to just having a social media presence and being on a reality show does not mean overnight success. You have to work really hard to get there, even if it might seem like it's easy and you can build a really successful business off of social media. Now, I think this falls more in line with what we're saying, that a lot of people have exposure on television and big Instagram followings, but they don't have huge businesses. So I sort of liked this quote a lot better than her last quote. And she definitely didn't work her ass off because it is still there and it is still large, but she has worked very hard to get where she is. The ass went nowhere. Well, speaking of Kim Kardashian's ass, as she always did, she planted it in a nice little fold-up chair for her son Saint's Soccer game. Saint is 6 years old, and this 6 years old, and he played in a soccer game, and both Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were on the field. As I said, Kim Kardashian was sitting in a lawn chair. Kanye stood the entire time next to her. He also joined Saint on the field and talked to him a little bit. And a source tells Us Weekly that they had amicable interactions. While they didn't really speak to each other, they were fine. They were standing next to each other. They were supporting their son's soccer game and sporting event. Is this a great tale of things to come? Because we know that they have not been happy with each other, to say the least.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I think what really was jarring about this for me was just how normal this looked, like the scrappy little lawn chairs on the grass.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this feels so normal person for me. But
the photos were old.
I know. I mean, it's nice to see, but I was surprised. After everything, I really thought it would take a lot more time for Kim to be in the same room as Kanye, to be standing next to Kanye with a smile on her face. So good for her, honestly.
Absolutely. It warmed my heart to actually see this. I actually saw this and I don't know, like all the like, not disdain, but just like the anger that was not anger. I'm not that emotional over this whole Kanye, like the first Kim and Pete thing, but just the tension. Like it was like a nice release. Like it felt good to see these people like co-parent, like real people, like real humans respecting each other for once.
Yeah, sit on uncomfortable lawn chairs, have a past and beef with each other, but still be amicable, to watch their son play in his 6-year-old soccer game, where they all just chase the ball around together. That sounds like a good thing that we can all enjoy together. And this also made me really happy that I think it's sort of inspiring from people. If there's this possibility that Kim can stand next to Kanye after everything that he's done to her on Instagram in the last 2 weeks, then we should all be able to get along. Well, let's move on to her sister. Which one, you ask? Because there's a lot. It is Kourtney that we're going to talk about, and more specifically, Travis. Her and Travis Barker were at the Oscars this week, which was so fun to see them there. Travis posted on Instagram and he captioned his carousel of photos while holding hands with his fiance. Life's good. Now, Kourtney shared 10 behind-the-scenes memories, including backstage shots from right before Travis performed. He joined Reba McEntire on stage to deliver a rendition of Somehow You Do, which was a Best Original Song nominee from the movie 4 Good Days. But from the moment they arrived on the carpet, they had fans talking. You guys, Travis was PDA-filled entrance. They were all over each other, kissing, touching, all that good Travis stuff that we like to see. She was in Mugler, he was in Margiela. What do we think about, they were the only couple on the red carpet who was doing this? Do we like it? Do we not? How did you guys feel about seeing them at the Oscars?
I personally feel like that's a little more acceptable at the VMAs maybe, but the Oscars is a different ball game. It's one of the more classy award shows, so it's ballsy of them. I'm surprised that they had the audacity, but I mean, that's Travis for you. They do not care. They are just, out here smooching for all to see at all times. But yeah, I think what really surprised me was her dress. Like, I feel like the dress is so sexy for the Oscars, and it had like all this lace and sheer, and there was kind of a lot going on. I was not here for the dress, but I'm here for the PDA.
Agreed. What did you think,
Pro
Nick?
dress,
Do you think
pro
it's
PDA.
You're pro at all? Great.
Pro
Shake
at all.
it up
I think it's
bit.
fine. Yeah, these guys are like in a honeymoon stage, and yeah, I guess you want to be a little bit more elegant at the Oscars, but like, she's not a nominated actress. Like, she's kind of a
Very
bystander, so I think she gets a little bit of leeway because she might not have the camera on her. Well, actually, who knows? Maybe the ratings will go up, so maybe she is going to get the camera on her half the time. Like, did we cut to her after the Will Smith thing? For her reaction? No, then we're good. We're fine.
We did not. And that is a really good point. Actors always say that the red carpet is their business card. When they go and get dressed up and go on a red carpet, they are showing themselves off to casting directors, all of that. That is sort of how they present themselves. Kourtney Kardashian, not in that. She is not going out for acting roles. She is busing to no auditions. She has already got her show. So why not give us something to talk about wear a dress that sort of looks like people were tearing at you on the way there, make out with your new fiance who you're wildly in love with and trying to get pregnant with. Why not? You're a Kardashian. That's what Kardashian things do.
What do we think about Julia Fox's look and Kim's look and the potential run-in they could have had?
Yeah, I was all eyes on the Vanity Fair Oscar party because Julia Fox and Kim Kardashian were there. Source told us they did not run into each other. But what did I think about the look? Brandy, what did you think about the look?
Okay, I mean, specifically Kim's look, I loved it. That blue color in her, I thought was so
Pretty.
gorgeous. And it was a little over the top, but not too much so. Like, I think she grabbed attention, but in the classiest way.
Yeah, I'd seen it at
like
the Met Gala before. It's the exact one she wore to the Met Gala, except without the face mask.
Oh, yes.
The color was gorgeous. The color was so gorgeous. She was one of the only people who experimented with color. But this is now the second time I've seen this exact same dress. Mm-hmm. And I've seen pantsuits version that we've said before that it is the Halloween spandex Balenciaga Halloween Spirit Party City look. But, it was a really pretty color and she looked gorgeous. I
thought it was a Balenciaga Tiffany collab. Like, I was a little confused, but absolutely. I love the color. I think that's what really made the dress.
Well, her and Julia Fox did not bump into each other, and that's probably good because Julia Fox was wearing a dress by a designer that she couldn't even pronounce their German last name. Sorry, neither can I, but it was a skeleton hand wrapped around her neck. She had tinted her eyes by getting them irritated to look like she was being strangled as well. She did her over-the-top eye makeup inspired by Kanye from Paris, and she had a bag of real human hair. Not inside of it, but the bag was made of real human hair. But I will say it looked like synthetic hair to me, Julia. What is the truth? But it got people talking. It was very, very interesting. Well, let's move on to Chani Jones, a name that we didn't know a couple weeks ago and now is on the floor. Most tip of our brain because she is Kanye West's current girlfriend, and he is really showing her how he cares in a monetary way. He bought yet another Birkin for one of his muses. Of course, he gave several to Kim, gave one to Julia Fox, and now Chani has her official I'm Kanye's girlfriend Birkin muse. Now he paid almost $300,000 for this bag. This bag is $250,000. It is from Privé Poter. It is a rare version of this black Birkin that's not in circulation anymore, which is why it is more than maybe the $30,000 it would have been at the time. It is silver, metallic, leather. It was originally priced at $10,000, but it's out of circulation, so super rare, and now $275,000. Now, what does this mean to you in their relationship? Kanye is worth so much money that I don't know that it means more than buying a Michael Kors bag if you're just a regular pedestrian like us for your girlfriend. But what did you guys think about this?
I mean, yeah, that's a drop in the bucket for Kanye still, probably. But as nice of a gesture it is, I feel like I'd be kind of upset if I was his new girlfriend and I was getting the same gift all the exes have gotten. I would want some newness on the table, I think.
I feel like Birkins are the exception. Like, you could say that about any other gift. Like, a Fuddruckers gift card again? Oh, great. But, but a Birkin bag, that's like, a lot of people consider that as investment. He's been better on social media, so you know what? Yes. Whatever she's doing, I guess, in the relationship, it's working out. So, congrats to both of them. I'm actually happy for this too.
Him.
Yeah. Agreed. Shout out to Chani Jones for keeping our boy Kanye nice and sedate on social media. Not a single death threat this week. Not a single death threat. We have a new record. Change the little ticker to 0 death threats this week. We love to see the 0 death threats this week, but there's always next week. So make sure you come back. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Kardashian Korner. Will there be more death threats? Will there be amicable sports games? We will find out and bring you all the exclusive info live and in real time. Thank you, Brandy and Nick, for helping me break down all of this beautiful mess from this week, and we will see you back next week here in the Kardashian Korner.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.